Hello, all you delightful beings out there, and welcome back to something that the channel has not seen in a little while. A dev stream! I am Razim, and currently as Paint the African Wild Dog. And like I said, today we are doing DevTales for the first time in quite a while. And of course, as is customary here on the channel now, we have ducks. Because quack. Hello there, Bon. So the first thing I'm going to do is something that I should have done about a week ago and go through and update highlighting on the document. Which, of course, I got to start from the beginning and scroll through everything to make sure I get it all. Alright, here's a spot. There's another. Boom. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't. Last month was kind of crazy, kind of bad. So at the end of the day, I decided, well, about halfway through the month, I decided we're just gonna call it off. You know, take the full month off, just relax, focus on being better myself. And then we come back to the game, or back to the dev work. And well, new month, back to work. Hello, Era. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Appetizer.
What?
Pierogi heart.
Thank you. Rex is a good boy. Oh, better job with the onions this time. Yes, Rex has made me pierogi. I love pierogies. Rex was only here momentarily. He already ran back to the kitchen. Okay. Oh! The water disappeared! Ooh, new duck. Quack. Oh yeah, they really are, Candy. He definitely did a better job this time, I can see.
And with Quaker steak and lube, not so plain fried rice. If you have to put any seasoning on it, you can call me a bad dog. Even on the white rice.
I mean, the only reason I did last night was because it was basically just white rice with...
That's not white rice.
I know, that's not white rice.
No. You should taste it.
Okay. It looks a little too hot to do so yet.
Yeah.
People are yelling at you. Mara's saying you're a good boy. I don't know why Spooky's yelling at you. There was this Greek restaurant right around the corner from where I lived at one point back in Utah. And they had super expensive food there. Except for a sandwich and fries combo. There were two different varieties of sandwich. I forget what they were. But they were really freaking good. And they were only $2. For the sandwich and a bunch of fries. I never understood why everything else was so expensive there, but at least those sandwiches were good. So I got to, you know, I was able to go and enjoy those. Ooh, one of those era. Good night, Beerus. Hey there, Lightpaw. Everything else was subsidizing the sandwiches. I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, it's like, well, then nobody ordered anything other than those sandwiches. Like, all their other meals were started at like $15. I did get one of them at one point just to see what it was like, but it was like, it was nothing spectacular compared to those sandwiches. It wasn't even portions, Light Paw. Like, maybe it was like, I would say, yeah, it was more food. However, if I wanted more food, I could just get more of the sandwiches. Hey there, Raijin. Though I will say the place had a drive-through, but that drive-through was the most terrifying thing. Like, it was, the restaurant itself was set on a hill, so you're pulling in at a 90-degree angle up a hill. And it was so tightly wrapped around the building itself, with so little space to maneuver your car. The only reason I went to them ever was when I walked in. I was terrified to try and use that drive-thru. And I could tell that I was not the only one that had problems with it from the, you know, those little traffic barrier poles that they've got. Yeah, those things were so scuffed up. It was this itty-bitty little place. And their dining area was... It looked more like an outdoor patio that just had a building built around... Excuse me. That had a, you know, roof and walls built around it. It was interesting. Though, to be fair, their name was Mad Greek, I think, if I remember right. Again, it's been many years, but... So, the fact that their restaurant was so haphazardly positioned with the drive-in and stuff kind of makes sense with their name. No! Trying to do some of these highlights is a nightmare in this. Aw, sorry, Lightpaw. Also, seriously, you did a fantastic job with these pierogies. Perfect. Good boy. Oh, why is that, Geemon? I'm sure there's nothing really bad. Though legit, I haven't been given any fan art to share. Hey, Lucci.
Joke.
Hello, Sonic. And yeah, I'm alright, Lucci. Look at that little cutie. He does a nom. Ah, something I get to delete. Boom. We're still figuring that out, White Paw. The thing that we're still figuring out on that front is well, right now we don't have any resistances or weaknesses to various damage types. Or at least not, you know, the slash, bludgeon, pierce. However, we are planning for weapon traits to make use of those. So there will be weapon traits that you can only apply to a weapon that would do bludgeoning damage and such. So it's like it's gonna be there, but we're also not certain how much it's actually gonna be there, if that makes sense. Hey Yazzie, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing all right myself. Yeah, kinda like that, Lightpaw. At least currently. There's still a lot to be considered on this front. Of course, it would help if my devs were, you know, my fellow devs were here so we could talk about this and figure it out, but... oh, well... Hint, hint, nudge, nudge era. I don't think Whiskers is up for art tonight, unfortunately. He's still dealing with a few things. I also know he's trying to reset his sleep schedule, so he's been up for quite a while. He's doing the stay up really late kind of thing. Hey, Kenku. Alright, Whiskers is working on art, but he is going to be staying off stream. So I'm sorry, everyone. You have to deal with only me. Oh. I mean, Raijin, I mean, maybe. Raijin, are you gonna come join? Though, don't you work tonight? $95% goes to work tonight? What do you mean by that? Oh, I see, I see. Well, probably best that you go get, you know, make the money. But it is your life. Alright, now to go searching through my tabs. Because I've got a few things open that I am in need of. Oh, right. Stream Raiders. Oh, what the happened? What? One sec. I apparently broke something. Ah, but there's that I was looking for. It isn't a stream without something being scuffed, right? Hello, Ido. I'm trying to figure out why you guys cannot see the thing. There we go. Got it figured out. Ah, right. I need this open. That steppy emote is so adorable. I really need to get my own. I'd yell Whiskers, but I don't think he's listening. No, I said he's doing art, but he's doing it off stream. I mean, commissions may be closed for them. But I've got a ghost, right? I've got a ghost ready to do whatever I tell him to. Rex is a good boy, 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 Rex is a good boy. Bark. Good boy.
Love you too. Did you? I'm gonna put this in the fridge for later.
I'm gonna.
Stack it up for chores, I guess. Or...
I'm gonna finish it.
Okay, I'm putting this up.
Okay. True, Raijin. True. So guys, Rex has just come out here holding his dog
A
bowl.
timely reappearance. The dungeon awaits.
Lightning Dragon 10065 just resubscribed for 52 months, 52 years of Duke Hammer Shake.
Lightning Dragon, thank you so much for that resub and your 52 months of support. Though I don't think that is years, it does say months. I ain't been around that long. Anyways, as I was saying, Rex just came out here with his doggy bowl and asked for a treat. He wants some of his frozen grapes. You guys think I should let him have them?
What is this door? Why are they? I came to ask you. You're the what? I'm already being like literally puppy embarrassed right now by letting it be known to everybody. You asked them yourself. I'm being quote unquote cute right now. I'm not gonna do this for you too.
Alright, it looks like the answer is yes, but if you admit to being a good boy.
Admit to being a good boy?
Yes.
I think I'm doing my best. I don't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe you can have the grapes, but I don't know. Like, maybe, like.
Okay. If that's, I'm good. I'm being good. I think I'm being good. Doing good.
Are you a good boy?
Oh yeah, have food. I'm your good boy.
Alright, you may have your grapes. Enjoy your treat, puppy. No, I'm not gonna make him bark and beg for them. Actually, the bark was holo.
Because the rule wasn't established, it's still Tuesday next week.
I think I remember part of why I why I didn't want to continue working. Hello, all pal. What's up? Oh, there's a good boy. He's such a cutie. Yes, he is.
All you a good bean. Hi, sir, and hey, everybody in chat. I don't know who was in there, but hello. Didn't say hi. I didn't.
Nobody's in voice.
Okay, well, everybody in the chat. Right now, I'm just vibing with Bianca on Thursday. But love you, honey.
Love you too. You're a good boy. Anyways, oh, Rex already has his collar on. He has his collar on basically 24/7. But anyways, the part of the reason why I didn't want to keep working on this section is because I have to edit this. And I hate dealing with tables. But tables are useful, but I hate dealing with them. They're a nightmare and annoying. And I really wish that I could just, you know, take a freaking Excel doc and link it into here. But I can't. So I have to go with the table. And the tables are annoying and difficult to work with. Oh, we've got a flat duck now.
Do ye truly want your last words to be so stupid?
Oh, I didn't know I was stupid. I didn't think I was stupid.
Ну вот, короче, Бадди остался один в комнате и кое-что наделал.
И прийти. Что? Ой.
Бадди чуть-чуть поиграл. Бадди, ты чё?
Бадди теперь
Блин. Извините, давай. Наташа. Зато снег как будто выпал. Вадя, что скажешь? Свое оправдание.
Also, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough space to actually include all the stuff I need on this table. Not and have it readable. Oh yes, I have a lot of ducks. I almost have all the ducks. By the way, a quick reminder everybody, if you want to name a duck, it is a $5 tip to the channel, or you can play the Name a Thing card. Yes, exactly, Spooky. Unfortunately, Lightpaw, that won't really work in this situation. There is going to be... There's going to be a lot of different traits to put on this table.
I could do no other.
Jimond _ wants that magma duck to be named Pyroclast.
All right. Oh, we are only missing 2 ducks from the basic set. And only 2 ducks here. We have all of these ducks. Missing 2 here. And then there's the event ducks, but I don't know how to get those.
Joke.
Pode aclamar o seu Doma. Você переманил Doug.
Hello.
Hello. I'm streaming. What's up?
I'm streaming as well.
What? So that's where all my viewers went. All, let's count them. None of them. What? No, I lie. I do. What's up?
Doing Scar Dev.
Ooh, that's awesome.
And
pal.
procrastinating working on a table.
Like from tabletop?
No, like a, document table.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm playing a little game right now called Myths of Rules. And, it looks interesting. It's got, like, drop boxes. I feel like I'm in a flow chart.
I could do no other.
Jimond _ wants that a duck to be named Ryduck.
Yeah, I figured I'd stop by, say hi, see if there's anything you wanted to chit-chat about before I headed back.
Nothing in particular, just, working on Scar Dev.
Okay. Well, can't even think of one little thing you want to talk about? Not even one? Just to keep me around for like a couple minutes more?
I mean... my brain is currently in Scar Dev mode.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Kind of like
Alright,
you
then.
when you do your, writing and stuff.
Oh, fair. Alright then, I guess I'll stop bothering you and leave you back to your work. That way you can make the most awesomest tabletop thing ever.
You are welcome to stay.
Oh, I
just
know.
don't have
I'm
ideas
just
for...
kind of waiting. No, I'm just kind of waiting for somebody to come online. I still love that emote I do. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's a little marchy one. Just march, 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 march.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about the Steppies one.
Yeah. It's so freaking cute. I want one.
I'm going to get Whiskers to do me one.
What?
Yep.
But if you get it, then I won't be able to get it.
Why?
That will be illegals. Why? Fashion. I resist popularity.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since you care so much about fashion, you get to have a snail on your head.
Wow. Why do I get what? A snail?
Yeah. Geeman played the card to name one of the ducks Rhyduck. And, well, I've decided to give you the one with the snail on the head.
Oh, I see. How does a snail equal Rhyduck?
Oh, no, it's
Fashion
just because
first.
fashion, yeah.
Oh, I see. I don't know. I feel like this one's gonna have a looks at camera. Slow takeoff.
So, that's our stream, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you guys check out our website at cgfgaming.com.
Ah, there's the crickets I so love. That means that somebody cared enough about my joke to use them.
2 people tried to use them.
Oh, good. I would consider that a success. All right. Plutarch, where are you? Did your dog eat? That was like an hour ago.
Who?
They
What?
can't be that slow. Plutarch, you've not met them. They're a regular
launch detected.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Lightpaw, it's not a matter of it not fitting in the chapter. It's that I don't think the page is wide enough for how much I want to stick on this table.
Oh, fair. Yep. Very fair. I like how I do. It's just like fashion first, right? Yes, I'm very fashion conscious. I didn't even wear clothes when people started. You know, I was just like, oh, look at that, bunch of nerds. Animal skins, so last century. I'm wearing the Emperor's clothes. I still think that's one of my favorite myths because I could actually legitimately see somebody falling for that. Where a couple of tailors make cloth that only smart people can see, and the Emperor's like, oh snap, they're calling me out, and I can't see it. Oh. You know, I would like to get paid a bazillion dollars just to present a person with an invisible, suit. You remember that myth, Ido? Heck yeah. So anyway, how's your day been, Zim?
I mean, I woke up, insomnia is a bitch. I'll start with that. I was up until noon, which meant that I woke up late and got started with stream late.
I see. I was wondering why you hadn't started when I got home.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd swoop in and prop you up a little bit. Because this is starting to feel like a weekend at Bernie's kind of situation. How, you know what, chats? How do you know that I'm not, you know, parroting Zim's voice for him? He could be dead asleep right now. Look at him. Ignore that. That's just a train passing by. And I, Zim, like pizza. With extra sausage.
Oh, yes, I do. Lightpod, so what I did here was literally just copy paste in previous table, so at least the foundations were already done. I just need to add more columns. Many more columns.
I like columns. I like rows. That's why I find farms very attractive.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought you were all about train sim, not farm sim.
No, see, train sim is like my mistress. If farms are my wife or husband, I don't judge. Then train sim is the one. It's like, you know, my drug dealer I do rails with.
Oh, okay,
I do. Wait, no, my pizza! My actual pizza! I do, stop that, no! I paid money for that! You're not even eating the pizza, you're just like licking it like a popsicle. My uncle disappeared like 2 weeks ago. Or my uncle has been missing for 2 years, and I've returned to this room once again. You eat my pizza? What? Oh no. My pizza. Alright, well fine. I hope you all like sardines. No! No! My pizza! Zim, stop it. Your chat's eating my pizza.
They're not doing anything over here in my chat. I think it's your chat that's eating your pizza.
Well, they're coming over and eating my pizza.
You're welcome. You wanted more viewers.
Not to eat my pizza.
You have to entice them somehow.
Oh, I see. Ooh, lost. I entice you all with my witticisms and opinions. Somebody give me a controversial topic, and I will formulate an opinion on it. That can include you, sir. Hey, Invader and Spazzy. Yes. Give a word to me. Hash browns? They're awesome. Opinion delivered. Next. Dragoneer's passing? That really sucks. Next. And if you want an actual answer for Dragoneer's passing, though, do you mind if I talk about this name real quick?
It's something that I've been kind of avoiding addressing, but I don't... It's one of those things that the same situation from what I've heard, that I've been pushing for years now, is just how bad the healthcare system is.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
From what I've heard, he would have been fine if he had just gotten medicine that he needed.
Yep.
And there are
completely treatable.
And there are too many people in that situation. I mean, I've shared this story multiple times. I've got a friend who cannot speak anymore because he developed a polyp on his voice box, and everybody was considering it a cosmetic surgery to remove it. So
honestly, I'll be honest. It's starting to reach the point where I'm very heavily considering the next time I have a medical anything, I'm just going to go to a different country and get it taken care of.
Same.
I'll do that medical tourism. Because like it'll be honestly cheaper if I just do that. If I go to an American hospital, $25,000 gets seen, and probably get nothing done. Go to, spend a couple, or spend a $500 on a plane ticket, go to another country, get to see a doctor, maybe another, $50 right there. Get it seen, get it taken care of, get it done, all within a week. That's maybe $1,000, $2,000 out of pocket overall. Way freaking cheaper than actual, American healthcare. I remember somebody did the math, and they said that just to go to get your hip replaced in Spain, you could go there, you could break your hip, get a plane, go over there, get it fixed, stay there for a month, come back home, break it again, go back, get the other one replaced, and then head back to America for cheaper than just to go see the doctor once.
Yeah. My friend, it was gonna cost him about, I think it was about 10 grand to get that surgery to remove the polyp on his voice box. But it was considered a cosmetic surgery, and they wanted it all up front. He couldn't get an insurance company to cover it. He wasn't able to work because he could barely speak. It was this really raspy... It was basically like... You know how it is when you lose your voice. That you can basically only speak in a whisper.
Yeah.
That's how he was all the time. Very, very few jobs will hire you for that. Or it will hire you if you've got that kind of situation going on. And so he just was doing the best he could to survive, to at least make a living, while trying his best to save up the money. Then it turned cancerous. And at that point, it could have been easily fixed before that point. But nobody would let him get it fixed. And he couldn't afford it. And so then it turned into the cancerous, and then it's like, oh, well, now we'll fix it, and you can pay us back later. Because at that point, it's life-threatening. But at that point, it required that they remove the entire voice box.
Yeah, and I can't even necessarily blame the doctors for this one. Don't get me wrong, I blame whoever told him it was cosmetic. Completely. But it's hard to blame the doctors when the doctors are like, we want to help. It's the hospital's fault, and hospitals are saying, well, we can't do it because of whatever business loop they're part of will just shut down the hospital if they try.
Yeah, I don't blame the doctors. Doctors aren't the ones that... I mean, private practice doctors, yeah, those ones I can blame a bit, but very few doctors are private practice anyways. They all work for a hospital or a network or, you know, so on and so forth. They're all slaves to the insurance companies and the hospital administrators.
Yeah. And the hospital administrators, in a way, are slaves to whomever owns the hospital.
Yeah.
If it's them, then obviously they're a bunch of no good. But if they're not, well, they literally can't do what they literally cannot go against what they're being told to do, or like I said, the hospital just gets shut down because you know they're willing to do it.
Oh yeah.
That's the frustrating part.
I mean, I'm in a
almost
situation.
Makes me want to just see all the doctors of America freaking unionize. Go ahead.
I'm in a situation myself where it's not life-threatening or anything, but my back is messed up. The treatment I need is an injection into my back.
Uh-huh.
My doctor says that is what I need. It's gonna cost about about $2,500, I think, is what he said, out of pocket. My insurance is requiring that I go to physical therapy before they cover the injection.
Yeah.
My doctor is worried about me doing that because he feels it might make the situation worse.
Yep. Why is it, I'll be honest, why is it that insurance companies are allowed to dictate what a patient can and cannot do without the doctor's approval? That absolutely astounds me. That insurance companies are allowed to pull that kind of crap when they've never even seen the patient.
When they're not even doctors themselves.
Yeah.
They are not qualified to make these decisions. And the thing is that the doctor knows that no matter what, I'm going to need the injection. It's just the insurance is making me go through physical therapy first. And it's like, that doesn't even make sense financially because, well, they're just going to pay for me to get that, they're going to pay for the physical therapy, and then they're just going to have to pay for the injection anyways.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, like we saw with Dragoneer, it becomes too little, too freaking late. But what I wanted to talk about with him wasn't so much about the healthcare or the controversy of the situation or the fears. I just wanted to say something nice. The dude was he was a pillar of the furry community, whether you liked it or not, for over 2 decades. That's freaking impressive. And he was a Digimon.
Yeah. I will definitely say that whether you liked his practices or not, you have to admit that the furry community would not be where it is without him. Plain and simple. Fur Affinity, for all its downfalls, which, you know, there's been plenty of controversy with it over the years, but for all its downfalls, it brought the furry community together in a way that nothing else has.
Brought a furry community together, made it accessible, made it friendly. It gave people an opportunity to make legitimate business out of their work. Like you said, there's plenty of downsides. Like, for example, it does not take writers very seriously, but it is important. It's a cornerstone. And just like you said, furry fandom would not be the same without it. We'd be probably far more separated. We could be seeing a lot more gatekeeping, that kind of thing. So it saddens me very much that Dragoneer passed. Not because I knew him and I think he's a great guy. I don't know enough. I don't know of him enough of him to make that determination. But just simply because you have to respect that Fur Affinity and the Furry fandom could certainly be a hell of a lot worse.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I've got a... Back when I was posting that I was going live on my FA, there was one post that I made that he commented on, and I still have that saved. I was like, okay, it's really cool that this guy, you know, the owner of this site, commented on little old me's post. I am not deleting this post. I normally delete these things, but this one's staying forever.
You know, that's actually something I recall seeing in a lot of the different journals was just like, again, people just saying like they may not have always agreed with his stuff, but he genuinely was trying to help people. He was like, when he would commission artists, he would work with them openly. When he himself was commissioned, he would work with people very kindly. He would make comments, he would help people out with problems. Like, sure, he wasn't perfect, nobody is. But a lot of the stuff I'm seeing, like, he cared about the community, he cared about the members in it, and that's really freaking impressive.
Also, Era...
Go ahead.
I do want to say that while he was not a programmer, and I don't know if he like, you're saying he did not create the FA, but...
No, but he did run it.
Yeah. Running it definitely is something to be respected for. Like, there are a lot of things out there that just... You may not have the ability... Or, trying to get my words together here. It's... You may not have the skills yourself to do something. Like, I don't really have the skills myself to write, like the Marten bot, for example. He bought it for 10K from the folk who created it. I mean, that's fair, but I can understand, you know, giving credit where credit is due. Yes.
Huh?
But there's also the fact that, you know, we don't know if the site would have lasted or become where it is if not for him. He definitely improved it. Well, there you go.
And that's kind of what we're talking about. Like, we're not saying he created Fur Affinity. We're just simply saying he was a significant member of the furry community. I don't think anybody can deny that. The fact that, like, I've seen posts about his passing on frickin' Imgur, Reddit, and Twitter, well, I'm sorry, X, says a lot. And by posts, I mean, like, you know, popular. Like, this is the day's topic kind of stuff.
And honestly, something that I have also been seeing, which ties back to where I started this whole conversation with, was the whole, you know, healthcare thing. It sucks that it took this. But at the same time, it's like I am seeing a lot of furries very united on about the whole healthcare situation here in the US. And so in a way, it's kind of like he's a bit of a martyr that may cause us to see some significant changes.
I certainly freaking hope so. I certainly freaking hope so.
It's a tragedy,
Furries
but maybe
run the
some...
internet.
Yeah.
Turn off all the hospitals' internet. See how quickly they change.
Yeah. I mean, legit, it's like... it's a tragedy, but maybe there's something good that'll come out of it.
I hope so.
That's
You know
my
how
own
this stuff
kind
goes,
of.
though.
That's my own kind of hopeful attitude that I basically always have, but.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I hope so, but let's be honest. Give it a week. People will forget. But that doesn't mean some lasting change can't come about with it. And who knows? Maybe we'll see something down the road. And if furries are the ones that change the healthcare system, like, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be a story? Like, hey, why do you guys have universal healthcare, furries?
I mean, politicians may be in the pockets of the big companies, but I have seen furries pull off some insane stuff before.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we also have a ticket on board, not to get super political, but like the vice president candidate for the demos, dude doesn't even own a freaking stock. Like, if anything is going to happen, I feel like it's going to be with this ticket.
Oh, I remembered seeing, like, there's some candidate that's going out there right now that apparently is one hell of an ally for the minorities around the country, you know, LGBT, the disabled, furries, etc.
Wait. Are we that much of a minority? Oh no.
We are considered a minority.
Yeah, fair.
Or at least I think we would be considered one. It's not like they really take us into consideration when it comes to, like, racial kind of things, but...
Well, the joke I've got it making is furries itself may not be a minority, but we are certainly made up of a lot of minorities, like the LGBTQ community, for example.
Oh yeah. Like, we do have a fair number of, you know, the cis white kind of folk, but and that's the thing about the furry community, is that it's so varied that honestly, I would say that we've got a pretty even representation of basically everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when that one politician got outed for being a furry. Don't get me wrong, it plummeted his career, unfortunately, but we potentially have, like, high-level people as furries. And by high level, I just mean people in positions of power, not necessarily, like, the smartest or whatever.
I mean, we also do have a lot of very, very smart furries. Like you said, the internet is run by furries. And
the virologist.
Like, yeah, the virologists, that, you know, we probably wouldn't have a COVID vaccine if not for furries.
Mm-hmm. Just wait. Furries? It really would surprise me if, like, one day we all just wake up and, like, wait a second. The whole world's made out of furries and we just never noticed? Kind of like that astronaut meme, just like, wait, it's all furries? And then you just see the other astronaut behind him with a gun. It's just like, it always has been. I'll still... Little old me will probably still get sued by, like, Nintendo or something.
Make fun... Tim Walz, that's the one, yeah. I've seen, actually... I've seen a few posts about him that it's like, I have not seen this kind of stuff before with any other candidate, of people just posting that Tim Walz is apparently a legitimately good guy.
Yeah, he's got the political background to back it up. His belongings, like, that you see all over the place. Like, the dude just owns an old beat-up car. He doesn't own anything rich. You can take a look at the public records. He doesn't own a single stock. He doesn't even have retirement. He just works off of his teaching pension, and that's it. Like, and every single thing I've seen him in terms of interaction with the public has just been that he's just the kind of guy who will legitimately sit down with you just to make sure you're okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's got his skeletons in the closet, as, you know, was found out he did try to, when he was arrested at one point for drunk driving, he did try to pretend he was deaf, apparently. But he served his time. That was a very long time ago. And his actions since then have been nothing but positive. So you can't even really hold that against him. If anything, it just makes him more human, which I very much respect. It means that he's not just this picture-perfect human being. He's got his issues, but he overcame them, and that's important. So, like, I'm genuinely a little excited for this. Again, not to get political, but like, imagine. I can imagine, considering the efforts he's done over as governor of his state, if he could bring that same kind of gumption on a federal, national level, like, who knows what America could look like in 4 or 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, just to state this clearly, I have absolutely mad respect for the man. I have voted for him for many years. I think he's funny because he never says anything mean, but listening to him call Republicans weirdos always makes me laugh.
Well, the thing I really like about him is that he actually truly represents what Midwest America is and can be.
I just want to hear the Minnesota jokes, okay? Look, we don't get politicians that get up there very often that are like Minnesotan, because we're also the state that put what's her face in the office. So they're either just really boring people or out of the wall people. He's not boring, so please give me the jokes. I want the political jokes. Give me.
Oh, the political jokes? Oh, guys.
I want to hear people make fun of his accent and do the oop.
The oop?
The oop.
The only joke I can even think of is that if he gets into the White House, like, the Thanksgiving turkey is not even going to be a turkey, it's just going to be a cheese wheel, because he feels bad for the turkey.
Well, he's not from Wisconsin, man.
That's all I got.
Right.
No, he didn't even feel bad for the ham. But he seems like a genuinely good guy, and he was a surprise. Like, he came out of nowhere, and I think, honestly, he was a really fucking good pick. Like, everyone was expecting, like, Shapiro, stuff like that, but I think he can represent what America can be. And that's what I'd like to see. Go ahead, Zen.
For me, the thing is, you said he's the vice presidential candidate?
Yeah, Kamala Harris is the presidential candidate.
Ah. I had no idea who the presidential candidate was. I had only heard about this guy, and I thought he was the presidential candidate.
No. It's Biden's vice president is the presidential candidate, which I know it's wild. A woman of color becoming president. Like, damn, that's gonna be pretty cool. And she may also have not like the best history behind her, but she's also demonstrated that she can learn. She's sharp as a freaking tack, and she genuinely wants to bring America into a better place, which I can identify with simply because of her voting and political history. Like, she has demonstrated this. Now, again, I'm not trying to get super political on either of our channels, but like, I am legitimately excited to see where this goes. And I haven't been this excited in probably ever.
Oh, I know, right? I've legit been rather excited about this as well. Like, Biden versus Trump, it was like, Biden got in because the other option was Trump.
Yeah.
And I will not hesitate to say I do not like Trump at all.
I don't think any.
He is so, like...
Yeah.
Sure, he can't be bought, but he still is so completely disconnected from... Well, that was kind of his biggest thing that people were promoting him for. Is like, he can't be bought by the corporations. Okay, but that doesn't mean he's even connected to you. Rich people are not connected to the poor at all. They do not understand us.
Even assuming that at the time, I think the numbers definitely say differently now. But either or, like, you're right. When it came to Biden versus Trump, it wasn't the most exciting. Like, don't get me wrong. I love what Biden has done in the short span of time that he's been in office. He has actually done really freaking well. A lot better than I think he had any right to be, considering how contested both the House and the Senate are. So the fact that he's gotten shit done really freaking impresses me. And to actually see him step down, like, he let his pride go, and he actually stepped down to let somebody else take power. Like, you gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Like, you really have to.
Yeah.
Like, you could even say, like, oh, it's because he realizes he has medical issues, or, oh, it's because he's old, he realizes he's becoming senile, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Dude freaking stepped down. He could have just stayed up there. But he did.
Yeah. But, yeah. It's going to be an interesting race either way.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, not to, put a damper on this, but things were very divided with Trump versus Biden, and I don't really see Trump's supporters just backing down.
Oh, they're not going to, but they never were going to.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I say this to everybody out there, doesn't matter which side you're on, go out there and vote.
Yeah.
Let's make history. I plan on voting, and I obviously, as you can probably tell, I know what I'm going to be voting for. So let's decide what America's fate is going to be.
It's one of the things you give GW credit for, grace. I don't know what you mean by that, Lightpaw. The only
George
GW
Washington, that he didn't become king, I think is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been president for life. He could have become a monarch. And the dude said no. That's, like, again, honestly, George Washington, he had his faults. I mean, the dude owned freaking slaves. But he could have literally have become king of a country. They gave him the choice, and he said no.
In fact, if I recall, he did not want it in the first place, but he kind of just accepted it. It was like, somebody's got to do this. People want me. I guess I'll do it. And then when it came, when his term was up, it was basically he didn't want to go again, but they pushed him again. And after the second term, he's like, no, I'm done. I know you want me to stay, but I'm done. And that set the precedent of, only 2 terms max.
Yeah. Like, he had his faults, just like anybody else. But, I mean, the argument could easily be made, he could have just become king and then just retired to a villa and let somebody else rule in his stead. He could have just done that. But he didn't. So, he's got my respect on at least that.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about George W. Bush.
Oh.
When he left office, he refused to criticize anyone else doing the job or offer his opinion publicly on anything his successors were facing. I don't know much about that, but
George W. Bush, and I'm assuming you're meaning the junior, not the elder. He I think was a genuinely good guy to an extent. Like, don't get me wrong, he made bad political decisions. I'm not going to deny that. But I think he was just kind of like the wrong president at the wrong time kind of thing. Like, if he had been a president in peacetime, he probably would have been just fine. He could have even have gone down as one of the better presidents. But he was kind of a hard, not hard. He was kind of like a dumb individual, and I'm sorry I have to say that. He was a dumb, kind of peaceful sort of guy who was thrust into a war. He was not equipped for frickin' war. He was not the president for that kind of situation.
To be fair,
now again,
how many are?
Well, exactly, and we actually do have examples back when, like for example, and this isn't even an American president, but I'm going to use him as an example anyway. Like Winston Churchill, dude was a freaking bully. He was an ass. Everybody knew it, but he was a fantastic freaking leader for wartime because he was an ass, because he was a bully. So for George W. Bush, people might give him a lot of crap, but honestly, I think a big part of his issue was he was just the wrong president for wartime. Simple as that. If it had been literally any other situation, like say a disaster response or just straight up just 4 years of just simple peace, he probably would have been fine. Not great, but fine.
Well, I do need to get over to my tabletop game.
Sure thing.
So, while that discussion was interesting, I get the game to do. So, thank you everybody for joining us today for this DevTale stream where we honestly didn't get much done, but...
Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I didn't do a whole lot anyways. So... Either way, thank you so much for joining tonight, everybody. We're going to be switching over to Lost in Chaos Scar, our side game there. Check out our website at zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. You keep this channel alive. You keep this going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support. So thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's a wonderful way to help out the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, becoming a subscriber over on Streamloots, or just subscribe to us on YouTube. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye. Yeah, have a great game, man.